Alright, we should be live here. Hello, everybody. My name's Michael, and welcome back. Hope you're having a great day today. Today is Sunday, November 3rd of 2024. We're going to be teaching ourselves some Python. I had the GitHub um, desktop app here loaded up to. I have a repo I created for the task tracker. So let's go ahead and get this started. I will let people join in. You got the hiccups. There's a bug in here. Okay. So I want to implement a code this. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. All right. So I have this code here I want to implement. I want to run a def clear terminal, right? And then if os.name is equal to nt right, os.system cls else os.system so hello, whoever's here. I appreciate you joining. Welcome to the stream. We are going to be working on the Task Tracker app today, so feel free to follow along. And as other people get in here, we can get really interactive. I also have a Discord up for the channel for the followers to join and collaborate. So feel free to head over to the community tab and check that out. So I have this here, right? If OS name is equal to nt clear, right? So now we have this clear terminal. So if I put load task file, clear terminal, right? We want to put it there. So let's just see what happens if we run this. All right. Okay, so it worked. Hey Darshan, thanks for joining. I appreciate you coming. Good to hear from you again. All right, so I used the OS library imported here to actually create this clear terminal command. So I'm going to just go through every time and I get to one of these menu prompts. I'm going to run this clear terminal function here. So let's go ahead, and if user input is equal to 1, we want to run the add task. So in add task right here, let's add a new task. So we want to run, I put clear terminal right before the run of the, so we'll put clear terminal here, right? And then we'll also put it, user enters 2, edit task list, we want to clear the terminal, and then before we add a task, we want to clear the terminal. So what happens now if we run? I know, clear, run, okay, add a new task, code, 1 day to complete. Okay, so after we add a new task, we need it to clear the terminal again. Okay, so after we add a new task and we create this task, we want to run the clear terminal command again here. So let's go ahead and take this to for clear, run, yes, add a new task, clean, code, 1 day, view, perfect. Okay, so please select from the following options: filter tasks, main menu, filter parameters. Okay, so we need to, I'm going to put my terminal over on the right side of the screen, because now that we're cycling through, you should be able to see it every time. So we add a task, we run the clear. If we, in the view display tasks, if we press 1 to filter tasks, press 2, we want to clear terminal here. Before we go back to system, during filter tasks, after each one of these, if we break out of the while loop, we want to run that, right? Perfect. So have we covered that? If we display tasks, we display it when we exit out of, we clear after we filter, and then we would do this as well. No. So let's go 1, main menu, clear. Okay, so if we run this, I press 1, that change is fine. So if we add a new task of mow the lawn, how many days? We have 5 days complete. Perfect, that happened, that does it appropriately. So adding a new task, everything works out okay. Please select from the following options. It's not running this though. For so let's clear the task list. Yes. So during the clear with the task list, we need to put 1 there. So are you sure if we clear the task list, I want to put it there, clear terminal, and run the system. If we go back to edit task list, run that, right? So if we exit, we clear, and we run this. So now we run add a new task, code, 1 day to complete. That works perfectly. So, but when we loop back, it's not it's not doing this part. Oh no, it's not doing this part here. So after I add a task, after I add the task, right? The task terminal clears. So exit. Okay, I'm actually gonna go back here. I don't want to put these just randomly everywhere. I want to specify this specifically. Okay. Okay, so now we're back to our original file here. And if we go ahead and run and press 1, okay, so we need to add one there. So when we're in our main function, if we run the system name, load test file, run system, before we run the system, we want to clear the terminal, right? So now if we exit this, clear this, run, press 1, right, there we go, it resets back, perfect. So now if we press 1 to add a new task, we are prompted with the menu still. We want this to clear out. So let's add a new task. If the user presses 1, we want to clear the terminal and run the add task, right? So let's go ahead and exit out of this. Now let's run it one more time here. Yes, so if we add task, perfect. So this should be code. It's already created. Okay, so clean, 1 day to clean. Perfect. So after we've added the task, right, after we've finished this and it creates the task, right here, it sorts and then continues prompting here. So we want this introduction to happen here when the system pops up. Okay, so let's exit this, clear, now run. Okay, we have that. Enter the system by pressing 1. Okay, it clears the terminal. We add a new task that clears. Mo, 1 day. Okay, so and then that pops back up. Great. So now we need to add in after we add the task, right? After we add the task, we could clear the terminal again. I'm gonna put that right here. So, nope, not that. So clear terminal. That goes right there. So now let's exit. So what I'm doing, everybody, is I'm just finding the points within my program that I want to actually clear the terminal and refresh. Hello, Darshan. Hello, Vansh. Thanks for joining. Good to see you guys again. Happy Sunday to you guys. Hope you guys are day going good so far. Currently, I've created this clear terminal function here using the operating system library, which will just clear the terminal, and I'm finding the points at which I want to do so. So, um, now after we added a task now, it should clear out. So if we run this, that clears. If we add a task, let's do homework 1 day. Perfect. That resets now back to the main menu. Okay, so now if we edit the task list, press 2. Okay, now we need that to pop up. So edit task list, or the run system. So we need to put this clear terminal in front of every function here before we edit the task list, and before we display tasks. Cool. And then before we, do we want to clear before we save? No, I don't think it really matters. So now let's exit out of this for clear. So now if we press 2, it should run back to everything should be cleared out. So 1 cleared out. Now we press edit task list. Cool. Now we're back to this. So I need to put this cause inside the while loop because I want it to pop up every time we come back to this menu. Great. And then I want to in the add we put it at the end. So we need to put it before every prompt here is again. So this is clear terminal right there. Vanch, that's sick. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know either. I just asked AI. I said, how can I clear the terminal every time for when I reprompt? And it said I could use the OS library. And so I just looked up I just kept prompting it, and it gave me this name method here. And so it was really just simple as 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of code here. So this just checks if the operating system is Windows or NT to do this operating system class clear, else do this. And so yeah, cool. So now if we, okay, so if we go to remove task or edit task property, okay, but we need to put one there, right? So if we press 1, edit task property clears list. If I press 2 to remove task, we need to put 1 there, right? So clear terminal, put 1 there. If we clear task, we're going to want to clear terminal again. And if we go back to run system, we're going to want to clear the terminal again. Okay, if we go to the edit task property, we're going to want to run it here. We want to clear terminal at that point. Let's copy over our cowsay.cow here to be in this while loop. So we have a repeating prompt. Select a parameter to edit, right? And then after he puts inputs 1, we want to put in not the cowsay, we want to put in clear terminal here, right? And then if the user enters 2, Okay, let's just see what that got us so far. So Control C, clear. Let's run here. Enter, okay, that works right. Add task, that works right. Clean, 1 day to complete, that works perfectly. So add task is completely taken care of. Edit the task list, okay, that cycles back. Edit a task property, that does that. Current tasks. So we need to say edit a task property, task display tasks. Let's put in a cow say prompt here. Right there. Let's put here, say, current tasks, right? And then, like so. So if we get out of this, clear, run, enter, edit task list, edit task property. Okay, current tasks. Which task would you like to edit? So if you select one, okay, that does it properly. So if we select one, it clears the terminal and via right here. So now we're into this one, select primer to edit. So if the user presses 1, they clear the terminal. If the user presses 2, while true, we will put this here. Nope, not that, for clear terminal. Right, so if they press 2, we're going to clear out the previous stuff. If they press 3, we're going to do that as well. Right. And then run system. And if we run system, we get back to here. So let's go main menu, exit, clear. How you guys doing today, Vanch, Darshan? How you guys? We've got 4 people in here, it looks like. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys coming in. Alright, so enter, edit task list, edit a task property, edit code, task title, new task title, new title, days to complete, new days to complete. So instead of saying task title, new days to complete, cow say dot cow this string, right? We want the cow to ask us for the new task title. So let's see if that happens. Let's clear this. Run. Yes. Edit task list. Edit task property. Let's edit the first one. Edit task title. New task title. Perfect. We get none. So instead of saying new task title there, actually, we'll just say cowsay.cow, what is, please provide a new new task title. Right? And then ask new calce, and then try and while true print calce dot cow. We want to print here, please provide a the new days to complete a task. No, let's just say update tasks days to complete. Ugh, can't spell. Complete. Right? This is going to be update task title. Okay, so if we clear this main menu for clear and run, enter edit task list, edit task property, edit the first one, edit task title, new title, update task, select parameter to edit. Days to complete. Days to complete is going to be 10 days to complete. Through menu, view tasks, new title, 10 days to complete. Perfect. Awesome. So we were successfully able to insert these prompts via calce, and then we have the terminal clearing appropriately every time we open up the new menu for editing the task. So if we go main menu, edit task list, edit a task property, which task was edit task 2, task title, new title, mow the lawn today, edit days to complete, 1 day to complete, please select a task parameter to edit. So main menu. So edit task list, edit task property, boom, task title, mow the lawn. So when you edit the task title, it doesn't restart there, so we needed to do that. So we need to add a clear right here. Or instead of adding a clear, at the end of every program here, we could just add a clear to the beginning of the while loop. So it'll do this, it will clear, and it will clear again up here. So let's remove this guy, or we can put it right here. Terminal. All right. So now if we go main menu, exit, clear this, and then I'm gonna also put on exit, right? When we exit the system, right here, I'm gonna clear the terminal as well, right before you exit. So now we run this, go here, edit task parameter. Let's edit the task list. Let's edit the task list, right? Edit a task property, edit the first. So instead of saying So here are your current tasks. So that'll change that right there. So if we edit the first one, okay, edit the task title to new task title. Oh, days complete. 5. Task title, new task. 10. New task list. Perfect. So if we exit 4, that clears our terminal. Awesome. So now everything stuff's starting to clear out. So the program is starting to get to the point where it can just be ran in the terminal without having to scroll or anything, and can just take place all in one instance or one place in the terminal. So we just need to keep going down different avenues of how the user could potentially use the program, and find out where we'd want to add in this clear terminal and keep going. So let's enter the program. Okay, that works appropriately. Welcome to Task Tracker 1.0 by Michael Deming. Please select from the following options. So if we view the tasks, so if we get an invalid input, we want to clear the tasks. So that's another one of those things. So else invalid input put. We want to put it before the invalid input message so that it doesn't clear out. We want to keep the invalid input message. So if we exit here and then run this and then do 1 and then give an invalid input here, it gives an invalid input and it keeps prompting. Okay, so then perfect. So then we want to go view task list, current tasks. So we want to go to the view or the display tasks here. So when we call this, we want to, before we display the task, let's run cowsay.cow. Here are your current tasks. Okay, so now before we right up here, we'll get a cowsay message saying here are your current tasks. It'll display, it'll loop through. When we go to the filter, I want to put in while true. Let's do cowsay.cow. How would you like to filter the task list? Or we'll say select a filter parameter, right? Cool. So now let's clear this. Run. We enter view task list. Here are your current tasks, right? Your current tasks. So that's filter the tasks list. We need to make a clear, right, when we press filter task list. So if we press 1, we want to clear terminal. Right there. So if we press 1 here, we need to let's play, let's say cowsay.cow. Here is priority rated 1 task. priority 1 tasks. Okay. And then we'll copy this over, put this here, priority 2 tasks, and then put this here, priority 3 tasks. So now when so we'll have a cow say message popped up each time someone selects, and then we also need to clear the terminal every time on selection. So we'll do clear terminal here and clear terminal here. And then we want to put that clear terminal there. Else, we'll say print, invalid input, and it'll loop back. We want to keep the invalid input message before you loop back. Clear there. Hey, Guy Sports 135, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in and giving us a message. Good to hear from you. How are you doing today? So let's clear this out. Let's run this. So we run view task list. Here are your current tasks. Okay, perfect. So if you press 1 to filter, that resets it. Select a filter parameter. Let's select 1. Here's the priority 1 task. Let's filter tasks 2. No priority 2 tasks. Filter task 3. Here are the priority 3 tasks. Main menu. So if we press main menu, for here we want to clear terminal right there. Perfect. So let's try that one more time. So a view task list, filter task, filter 1, filter task, filter 2, filter task, filter 3, main menu, back to main menu. Cool. So our view task, our option 3 is appropriately resetting the terminal every time for every prompt. So when we get into the loop, we clear the terminal every time. We clear I don't need that there. Print invalid input, clear the terminal. When did I start learning Python? I started learning Python about a little less than 6 months ago. I started at the end of May, beginning of June, and then really studied all through the summer of 2024. So I'll just say June, July, August, September, October. So the 5 months I've been learning Python. All right. So if we press something we don't want, we get invalid input. We continue, and the loop clears out the previous, and we go back again. I want to put, actually, I am going to put a clear terminal here because I want to keep that invalid input just in case. I'll leave it off. It doesn't really matter. If I want to put it back in, I'll put it back in later. Do you know any other languages? I only know some basic HTML and CSS. I know how to, not basic, I know quite a bit of HTML and how to, structure pages and things like that, but I'm not all that great at it. I've completed about half of the Odin project online. But under Guy Sports, if you want to follow along to the channel, please do so. It really helps support, and consider joining the Discord where we collaborate offline, and I want to get that community really growing here. as I stream and grow the channel, so we can all collaborate offline and work on projects together. So there's a link in the community tab on my page. All right, so now we have, if we open the project and view the task list, we can filter and see all of the tasks every time, right? So filter tasks, main menu. So else, so we need to put else. So display tasks. Hey, Boss Otron, really appreciate you stepping in and giving us a comment. You should try C. Tell me about C? Do you know much about it? Can you give me some background on it and why I might be interested in it? I could definitely check it out for sure. So right now I'm not resetting the menu if I put an invalid response here. So I want to clear terminal right there. Right. Or no, let's put the clear terminal while true. So we want to clear the terminal every time at the beginning of the loop. And then we want to print these two tasks, these two things, and then we'll go into our loop, we'll get an input. If they don't provide what we're looking for, we will clear task and come back. So let's try that. To exit here, run the program, invalid input. Okay, so we need to add it there as well, it looks like. So in main here, invalid input, while true, clear terminal initially. Cool, so if we press 2 here, run, then press 3, we're getting, okay, great. So I don't know if I want it there though, right? Because I want to keep the invalid input message if it's not displaying properly. So we'll put the clear terminal there, and now if we press 2 and launch this again, to clear, if we press 2, we want to clear terminal, right? This will exit the program, or, right, there we go, perfect. Yeah, it's the lower level version of C++. It's a bit more fun. Cool. What can you do with it? Is it pretty similar to Python, or what is the difference really? I never really looked into it at Basso. So let's go ahead and run this. So if we press 3, invalid input, perfect. You keep getting invalid input, so we'll press 2, we'll exit out, awesome. If we come back in here, we press 1, we get into our menu here. If we press 4, that exits out, perfect. So then let's go run, enter, edit task list, clear task list. Okay, so in the clear task list, we need to add in a cowsay here. So cowsay dot cow clear the task list. Remove all tasks. Okay. When we enter the loop, we want to clear terminal, right? And then we want to, if we press 1, go back to run system and clear, that'll clear, okay. If we press 2, that'll go back to edit task list. We want to clear terminal here as well. If we press 3, we want to clear terminal and provide invalid input and continue looping, and that will clear as well, so we don't need to clear here. So then if we press to clear terminal, or to remove tasks, right? Or if we press edit task list, we press 2 to remove, or press 3 to remove all the tasks. Hello, Exploding Sir. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming in and stopping by. How long have you been learning Python for? Yeah, I've just been learning Python since the beginning of June or the end of May, so about 5 months now. I'll answer any questions you would like. I'm a beginner, and I'm completely transparent about my progress, and this channel is meant for other beginners to seek, inspiration or anything along those lines. So if you press 3 to clear the list, you run the clear terminal function, and then you run the clear task list function. Okay, so now if we go back, let's exit out, and then let's run the function, program, enter. So edit task list, clear task list, remove all tasks, are you sure? Let's just say, instead of remove all tasks, let's say clear task list here, right? Are you sure? Yes. Clear task list. Boom. Exit. So this said, are you sure? Yes. Clear task list. Run system. And then that opens that. So we need to put clear terminal here as well. Perfect. Perfect. So we need to put it here. Else, not there. Else, clear terminal, print, invalid input, and then continue the loop. Perfect. We don't want to put clear terminal at the beginning of the filter. We want it here at the beginning of every prompt, and then also at the beginning of the else statement. Clear terminal there. Perfect. So now I'm going to go function by function and make sure it all follows the same structure. So main, you get a clear terminal. I'm going to take this, and just to keep it consistent with everything, put it at the top, right? So every time we press a prompt, we clear, got it. So the main is working, is good. And to run system, we clear at 1, we clear at 2, we clear at 3, we clear at 4 at the beginning, right? And then we clear on input, invalid input. Perfect. So then in add task, so I'm going to put the calsay inside the while loop because I want it to print every time, even if there's invalid input. Let's add a new task. We get task title. So we clear terminal here after add task. So I might need to keep working, put in some more clears on that one. Hello. So Exploding Sir said, W, how have you started streaming on Kick? No, I've never started streaming on Kick. What is the difference? What does Kick offer that YouTube can't? Exploding Sir, can you provide some more info? I'd be interested in knowing for sure. So in edit task list, we clear, we clear, we clear, we clear, and then we need to clear one more time before we do that. Perfect. So that takes care of edit task list. If you're using clear on every condition, you should just able to do it before only once. Oh, I'm wanting to clear out the terminal. So after they press it, an so if the user presses 1, we run system. So then you should put clear terminal here. I think you're right actually. Before the if statement, exactly, yeah. So if the user enters 1, so we're going to open up with this function here. If they enter 1, okay, I get what you're saying. So we'll remove the clears from here. And then we will put the clear at the beginning of the while loop. So clear terminal goes there, right? Because we're running the clear anyways independently of what they answer. Yeah, so then if they press 1, we don't want clear terminal here. We don't want clear terminal here. We don't want it here. We don't want it here. We don't want it here. If they press 1, which will run system, right? At the beginning of run system, before we get into the while loop, we're going to clear terminal here, right? So if they, gotcha. So then we'll continue and clear, gotcha, perfect. So that takes care of that one. So then in add, in the add, if we press add task, we run the add task method, which clears at the end, and we sort and continue. And we come back to here. So we don't need the clear actually on add, right here on add task. Because once we come back, once we exit out of this function right here, we sort the tasks and we continue the loop, and it'll clear again there. So that takes care of that one. So in edit task list, we don't want to put it here. We don't want to put it here. We don't want to put it here. And we don't want to put it here. We don't want to put it here. We want to put it here, right? Okay. And then the same thing for the other ones. So let's come here. So when we edit task property, right, if we run this, we edit task property, we want to clear terminal here at the beginning, and then we want to Here are our current tasks. Okay, and then we select a task. We don't need it there. We enter this while loop. Clear terminal at the beginning of the while loop, yes. We don't need it here. We don't need it here. We don't need it here. We don't need it there, okay, perfect. So now that takes care of that guy. So now in remove, Jose says, word of advice, you should not have cleared the functions like add and things like the functions should be intuitive and only do what the name states. I'm not sure what you're meaning by that, Jose. Okay, so then if we go to remove task, so we want to take this guy, put it in here, remove it out front here, and then put clear terminal here. And then right, so we remove task. Cool. So then that takes care of that one. So in clear tasks, we want to, while true, we want to clear the terminal and then remove this, right? And then not sure how your program works exactly, but I think putting quote clear underscore terminal under the user input variable would be better. Otherwise, it would not clear the printed string for the user input. Okay, we'll just see how it works then. So if we, while true, we want to clear the terminal here, print those things. I want to run the filtered tasks, which clears. Okay, if we want to run the filtered tasks, while true, we want to clear terminal here, and then remove it from here. Right. Okay, so now if we run this program, we add a new task. Okay, so it's not working there. Okay, yeah, so add a new task. Let's add a new task. So when you put clear terminal here. So let's clear out of this. Boom, add a new task. There we go, task title, code, 1 day to complete, boom. Okay, so adding a task works perfectly. If we edit the task title, let's do option 1, edit task property, task title, new title, code, 10 days to complete, main menu. Okay, edit task list, remove task list, remove that one. Okay, that works. Main menu, add a new task. Let's add that back. 1, view task list. Okay, that works. Filter 1, filter 2, filter 3. Okay, now something's going on with our filter. Clean 5 view filter 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 main menu exit. Okay, so my filter is not working now. Why is my filtration not working appropriately? I didn't change anything. All right, so we have rather than task tracker, how do you manage to save tasks when the user exits the application? Why not, instead of using the task module, you make your own module and program your own task scheduler? Aspiracy, you're a little late to the game here, my friend. I made all this. This has all been myself. It's all code I've made myself. So I'm doing this all from scratch. All right, so um, our filtration is not working appropriately. Why not? Appreciate you joining us, Spiracy. Thank you for joining and leaving some comments. I appreciate you participating. It makes things more fun. But right now, so if I were to clear the program, let's go ahead and run, right? View, filter 1. So why isn't it's running this, breaking, and then going back to display tasks? So if I press 1, we go to filter parameters. If I press 1 again, okay, so it's actually not running the program. If user enters 1, display task break, and then it's clearing because it's going back to here. So we need to set an option to quit and go back at this point, because it's working, but it's being passed over by the clearing, and then it's just being displayed with this right here. This is happening again. So what we need to do is, when we enter the filter tasks menu here, we want to continue here instead of break. We want to continue to allow the user to filter tasks until we need to add a menu option So we need to add in another menu option for going back. So for here, this would be main menu, right? And then we need to put a elif the user input is equal to 4, right? Which means they selected main menu. We want to right, just run sys, run our system function. Okay, which will clear the terminal right here and begin over. Okay, so now if we go main menu, exit, and then run this program here, and then enter here, view tasks, filter the tasks, filter by priority 1 rating. See, it clears out 2, 3. Okay, so it's still doing it somewhere. Okay, because as we continue, it's clearing here. So I don't want to clear tasks here. All right, I'll read the chat here. Sorry, getting behind. Jose say, good job, keep at it, you're doing great, have a good one. Thank you, Jose, appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to follow the channel if you want to connect again. I'd love to hear from you again so we can keep in touch. And we can network, as they would say. Okay, so we removed the clear task at the beginning of the filter, so the display task, it'll be a branch of display tasks. So now if we quit here, run, enter view tasks, so that we'll get all of our tasks here. This is our display tasks method. And then if we filter, we should not clear, but we'll get a branch down to filter. So we'll view, perfect, yeah, so that does that, right? So now we do, however, need, so we get to here, we filter, we need this to break. So we need to clear terminal at the beginning here, not inside the while loop. Okay, so then if we go from main menu, exit, run this, view tasks, filter, view tasks, filter, 31. So it's, right now we are filtering the tasks, but it's going back to the main menu here. So it clears, we press 1, it continues the loop, it goes back into here. So if we actually just break here, rather, right? If we go back to the break statements, for view tasks, filter tasks, party 1. We don't get it again. Okay, so filter. Oh. So when we enter this filter menu, we clear the terminal initially, we enter the while loop, we break, and we go back into this, and so if they enter 4, so it clears the terminal at the beginning of this menu. They enter 1, it goes to filter tasks. Then if we break out of this, it goes back and it clears and it prints these again. So we don't want it to break out of this right away, right? We need it to stay and show this until the user specifies otherwise. So what we can do is we don't want to break out of this and then just have it get cleared right away. We want to have it displayed and then do we want to ask the user to quit at this point? Okay, so is there a way I can so if they press 1 to filter the tasks, my brain's starting to slow down here. I'm trying to think this through. So if they press 1 to filter the tasks, it prints it and then it immediately breaks out of the while loop and goes back to the previous portion here, continues this, and then clears the terminal again and displays the tasks. So what do I need to put right here to have it stay in this print until so if user input is equal to input right, press Q to quit. Okay, press Q to quit. If user input is equal to quote Q, we want to we don't want to run the display tasks. We want to run system, right? So now if we can copy this over to here, like so, for all these break statements. Okay, so now if I go main menu, exit, run this, enter, view task list, filter task, filter 1, press Q to quit. Quit, filter. We'll want to say n here. Okay, and then let's clear, exit. Right, enter view task list, filter task, view priority 1 tasks. I need to take this and I need to paste this back over these, like so. Run system, right? Run system. Okay, so hello to everybody that's in here. Thank you for joining. Feel free to comment and we can collaborate and talk. I'd love to chat with you guys. And also to follow the channel if you want to continue following along and learning Python with me. Um, I'm not sure what the PyCache is. Anybody know what underscore PyCache is? We can answer Alex's question. Why did I get this file here? Is this because I'm using the OS um, module here? Or library? Operating system library? But Alec, hello, thank you for joining, Alec. Appreciate you coming. Feel free to follow the channel if you want to stay in touch. Okay, so let's clear this guy out, and then let's run here. So if we enter, we view, filter, priority rated 1 tasks, we see those. And then we can quit. Right, we go back to view task list, filter tasks, filter priority rated 2 tasks. We get the priority rated 2 task. Perfect. Quit. View task list, filter tasks, view priority 3 tasks, no priority 3 tasks, press Q to quit, filter view, quit. Awesome. So that was, we were successful in implementing, fixing that bug where we needed to display the filtered list without just clearing it out and running, exiting the loop immediately. We gave the user an option to stall at that moment. So let's add in a period here just to clean that up. Perfect. Great. So now if we save this, exit out here, run the program, run here, view task list, filter task, filter 1 priority, press Q to quit filter view. Awesome. And we quit. And we have to wait. So our add new task and our filter task options are appropriately clearing out the terminal menu after each process happens and appropriately handling and displaying all of the methods we want. So really cool there. Awesome. So let's try, if we go to the menu 2, the edit task list. If we edit a task property, we edit the first property, edit the task title, new title for task, edit the days to complete, 10 days to complete, main menu, view task list, everything works there appropriately, great. Main menu, and then edit task list. If we remove a task completely, so we need to add a cause menu here. So let's go to our remove tasks method here. We want to add a cause method below this clear. So cause.cow. We'll say select. We'll say remove a task. Right? Remove a task. Okay, we'll remove task 2. Main menu. So when I remove a task, right now it breaks out of the loop and then goes and does the remove task and removes task here. Or it gets the task right based on the provided and removes it via the class method. But what if I want to go back to the main menu rather than go back to just the edit task list menu or property menu? Task list. we want to in here. We probably don't need these continues. I think it'll automatically happen. So right now, once we run the remove task, right, we end up right back in this menu. I don't want to end up back in this menu. I want to do run system here. Run system here. So what I can do actually is do run system here, and then rather than doing this, I can say break. I can break here. I can break here. And then I can break here. So after each option, we break and we go back to the run system unless we, perfect. So let's go ahead and exit the program. Let's run here. Edit task list, edit task property, edit that first one. Let's edit the task title to new task title, and then edit the days complete to 10, main menu, edit task list. If I remove a task, I remove that first task, I go right back to the main menu, perfect. And if I clear a task, so let me add a task, code 1, view task list, okay, it's there, edit task list, clear a task list, yes, go back to the main menu this time, perfect. So right now, the only time we have a drop down is if we go to edit task list and we select a property. There's no tasks in the list. So right there we have a bug we need to fix. Right, if there's no tasks in the list, we want to keep looping. So edit task property, while true, we want to get so here are your current tasks. If task.tasks, we want to do the following, right? If there are tasks in the file, we want to do the following. So if there are tasks in the list, we can edit. If not, if there are no tasks in the list, right, else so if there are no tasks to edit, what do we want to do? Do we want to we don't want to print no tasks. No tasks in list, right? Or no current tasks, right? So that's what it'll print, no current tasks. And then we want it to loop, right? If there's no current tasks and we selected edit task property, that's it. So now what happens if we clear this, run, enter the program, edit the task list. So let's remove it first. So edit the task list, remove a task, let's remove it. So if we view, we have no tasks now. So let's edit the task list. So actually you need to put this in edit the task list. Not here. Right? So in the edit the task list, if we go into here, we want to say if tasks, if there's tasks in the list, right, we want to go ahead and do the following. Else print no current tasks. So let's exit this. Let's run. So edit task list. You can't, because it's clearing, right? It's so it's saying it's doing the edit task list right here, and then it's clearing out it's continuing and then hitting this clear right here. So if we need to say if we have no tasks, we need to print no current tasks. User input is equal to input. Let's delete this. No current tasks. Press Q. Right. New line. Press Q to like so. If user input is equal to quote Q, we want to run sys, else So if the user input, press any key to go back. If user input is equal to, can I say just blank? How do I say just like anything? So if there is a user input, right? Run system. Okay. Okay, so now let's try this. So I'll clear out. Run. So we want to edit the task list, no task, press any key. Edit task list, no current tasks. Press no. Okay, like so. So now edit. No current task, press any key. Great. Great. So we want to have cow say dot cow say there are no tasks, no tasks to edit, right? Press any key, right? So now if we edit, no task to edit, press any key. So instead of, what do you guys suggest instead of pressing any key? Because they can press enter, they can press Q, then enter. They just need to press enter. So I should say press enter. Quit. So just have to quit, I guess. So edit task, no task to edit, press enter to quit. To go back. Okay, cool. Press enter to go back. I'll just say press any key. I like that better. Alright, view, no task to edit, main menu, edit task list, no task to edit. Cool. All right. Are there any people in there with me there? I would love to have you guys chat it up here with me. Feel free to subscribe and follow along to the channel if you want to follow along to the project, but I will be posting this to GitHub here shortly once I just fix some of these last little bugs so we can make this program shareable. So we will enter the program, edit task list, no task to edit, cool. Press any key. Press any key. Okay, perfect. So now if we view the tasks, there's nothing in there. Main menu. Okay, now let's add a new task. Code. One shot prompt Morin. What does that mean? Foo Philip Trin? Appreciate you commenting, man. Thank you for joining. Good to hear from you. All right, code. We have 1 day to complete this. Okay, so actually, let's go ahead and let's do a demonstration for those that are new. So I'm going to just remove the tasks in my task list, and we're going to start from scratch here. Is there a way to... Oh yeah, use a prompt for a GPT. Yeah, so I honestly, I to be honest with some of my past projects, I was heavily AI influenced, and I used the AI to actually learn, and I read what it gave me, and I learned from the responses rather than just copy and pasting, and I was able to actually learn really quickly and to have it teach me how to do things just from example, learning by example. So the AI is definitely a good tool if used appropriately. So thank you, Fu, for that input. Feel free to, we'd love to have you here for more streams, so follow along, and we'd love to connect more. All right, so we have let's go ahead and do a demonstration here. Can I make my terminal, how to make a VS Code terminal font bigger? Open settings, go to file, preferences, settings, control plus, search terminal font size, terminal integrated, okay. Settings, terminal. Size, let's put this to 20. Perfect. Awesome. So now that should be saved. Fan says, "Why are you learning Python?" Yeah, I am honestly just learning Python for fun. I wanted to develop more skills. I'm a biological chemist. Formulation chemist is my official title. By profession, I have a Bachelor of Science in Human Biology and Chemistry focus, and I work as a formulation chemist right now, and I use a lot of data and I interpret a lot of data manually. I have to calculate a lot of chemical calculations and matrices manually. So I thought it would be very interesting to learn Python to, um, incorporate these skills into in my profession into Python and be able to automate and streamline more processes. But I'm just doing this kind of more practice using this task list project as a way of practicing Python and getting better with it as a whole. Um, it might seem just arbitrary and not worth it, but I've been learning a lot just by doing this task project, and by doing something, I'm actually learning rather than just kind of following along with somebody else. So, all right, let's go ahead and run the program here. I think everything is um, working appropriately to where the program is actually can be shared at this point. So in this stream so far for the past hour and 45 minutes, we've successfully been able to incorporate this clear terminal function that we found, and we're able to use, which after when called just resets the terminal back and clears it out so that we can remove clutter and make it easier for this program to run for the user. So let's go ahead. Python Crash Course, this book any good? Yes, I have the Python Crash Course book here. I do readings on this channel, and I do the try it yourself problems. I post tutorials to the answers on my channel as I get through them. I am currently on page, I just yesterday in our stream we reached part 2, so feel free to check out the past streams if you want to follow along with some readings and everything. But we got to part 2, which is the actual project portion of the book. But in part 1, you learned all about the fundamentals of Python, and it was really great refresher for the Python CS50P course I took. I took the CS50P course, and then I read the Python Crash Course Part 1, and it really solidified those concepts that were covered in the CS50P course, because that course is pretty fast paced, especially for someone that is never programmed before at all. Never seen a print statement, never seen a function, never seen a variable besides in math. If you're like me, that was me, I found that CS50 course to actually be a little bit difficult because I had to learn an entirely new um, technology almost, right? So uh, it was pretty difficult to wrap my head around. So the Python Crash Course book really solidified those topics at a much more slower and independent rate, and used examples, had try it yourself problems that you can do. And I've been doing those problems live on stream, as well as uploading answers and solutions to those problems on my channel. So go to my channel and check those out in my videos if you want to see just short 2 to 4 minute solutions to each of those problems. I'm still making them I'm still in process of making them. There's quite a few of them in the book, but I definitely recommend that book, Chimera. And if you're wanting to learn Python alongside me, please follow along to the channel so we can learn together. I also have a Discord for all you guys that want to communicate via Discord offline, and we can share projects and collaborate and share resources that we're learning. Please join the Discord. You can find that link on the community tab in my channel. Would love to have you and love to talk more offline. So let's go ahead and run. So like I said, we successfully created a terminal clearing system and incorporated that into each of these menus that we have, which are kind of these steps for navigating the overall um, project here. So we are pulling all of our methods from this class we created for, or this library we created regarding tasks. So let's go ahead and run. We have no task currently, and let's try it out. So we are first prompted with the main function, which is to actually launch and enter the system. So let's go ahead and press 1 to do so. And we got an error here right off the jump because it doesn't like sometimes when I remove a task without saving first. So I don't know why it does that though. So there is that bug I do need to fix. So let's go ahead and exit this program, remove this. Now if I go ahead and run this one more time, we should be able to enter. Yeah, cool. So if you clear tasks without saving the program first, obviously with anything, if you manually remove stuff, you break things. So um, obviously don't do that. Okay, let's go ahead and run here. And we are prompted with that same prompt, and let's go ahead and enter the system. We use cowsay, which is a library within, I don't know if it's within Python, I think it's a third-party library that you have to install with pip, but you can install cowsay, and it just uses these ASCII characters to kind of make, you can use different animals. In this case, you can use cows, dogs, cats, depending on whatever you want, to display certain messages and convey certain, strings. So I do want to actually have the setting to where the user can change the animal to where all instances are a different animal for every person. So I want to make it customizable for that as well. But for now, right now, it's just cows for everybody. So we're prompted with Welcome to Task Tracker 1.0 by Michael Deming. And then we are going to go ahead and we're given the following menu options. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, we can add a new task, we can edit task list, we can view the task list, and we can quit the program. So it's cool that this program, it saves files, and so you don't lose any of your progress as you relaunch the program and continue to work through it. So let's go ahead and add a new task. Our first task is going to be, we need to clean, let's say we have homework for Chemistry 101. Chem 101 homework number 1, right? How many days to complete this? Let's say that this is due in 2 days. So immediately with our new function that we implemented, the terminal is cleared and we're brought back to the main menu. So there's no scrolling involved, which is great. And at this point, we have a task loaded into our system, so we can press 3 to actually view that task. And as you can see, our current task is Chem 101 Homework 1. Now, from this, we can filter the tasks, but I'm not going to do so because we only have one task within our list. Doesn't make much sense right now. All right, now we can go ahead and let's go ahead and add a new task. Let's say that I need to buy birthday present for a friend. Right? Let's say I have to do this immediately. I have to do this today. I have 1 day to do it, right? My previous task I had, I think 2 days, right? Well, because this is 1 day to complete, this will auto-register that this has a higher or a sooner days to complete or a sooner due date. And using the date time module, our library that we've imported, we are able to sort and display sort our tasks that are entered based on that due date. So if I press enter here and I view, you should see that the buy a present should be displayed first. And as you can see, despite being entered later in the program, buy birthday present for a friend actually is displayed in our number 1 slot. So both of these tasks have a priority rating of 1. It is important to note that this program also not only filters or sorts them by their due date or their days to complete, right? It also assigns a parameter or an attribute to the every instance of the object or the task for a priority rating. And tasks that have a due date within 1 to 3 days have a priority rating of number 1. Tasks that are due with have a priority, or tasks that have a due date of 4 to 6 days have a priority rating of 2, and tasks that have a due date of 7 or more days have a priority rating of 3. So I couldn't sort the tasks based on priority because some tasks that have a due date of 1 and a due date of 3 might not get sorted properly. So that's why I sorted based on overall due date rather than by priority. But I wanted to use the priority as a way to filter tasks to break it down further. Say if the user only wanted to be shown tasks that have a priority rated 1, meaning that they only want to see tasks that they need to do urgently. That we can do. So in our menu here, when we view tasks, we can select the filter tasks option, and we are given the option to filter all the tasks based on their priority rating. And if we press 1, we will see both of the tasks in our current list because both of them have a priority rating of 1. The biopresident has a due date of 1, which is a priority rating of 1. And the do the homework assignment has a priority rating of 1 because it has a due date of 2. So if I press 1 here, we get both of them. We can quit the filter view by pressing Q, and we're back to our main menu. We can view the task list again, filter task, and filter by priority 2 to see that there is nothing being displayed. And as you can see, there's no tasks being displayed, so we can press Q to quit the filter view. And we are right back to our main menu, and our viewed tasks is working appropriately every time. And we can filter just one more time for filter priority task 3, and as you can see, the same thing happens. Great. So that's working appropriately. We can successfully view and add new tasks into our list, and everything works appropriately. Now, what if we want to go ahead and edit individual tasks? Well, we can select option 2, and we are given a new menu where we can edit a task property, we can remove a task, or we can just clear out the entire task list. So let's go ahead and edit an individual property of a task. Let's say we need to edit the first task. So let's put in the first task by just selecting 1. And then we need to edit the task title to new task title. And then let's edit the days to complete of that task that we are currently selected let's make it 10 days to complete, right? So now we have 10 days to buy our friend a present, which we named new task, or a new title, just to make it obvious. Now, if we go back to the main menu and filter or view our task and filter them, it is automatically updated for that instance, and we can see that because our new task title has been, our task title has been changed, and instead of it coming before, because it had a higher due date or a due date of 1, we changed it to 10, so now it becomes after this one of a due date of 2. So that's working appropriately too. Now we can view the task and filter the tasks, and let's filter the priority rating of 3 tasks so we can see that. And as you can see, that new task is that task title that we changed, that task is in there for priority rated 3 filtration. So that is all working appropriately. Awesome, guys. So now we can quit this. Okay. Or quit, right? And then go for. So we can go back to editing the task list, and we can remove a task by selecting this, the option 2. We can just select the task we'd like to remove, and that removes it, and it's gone. We can go back to the main menu, we can edit the task list, and we can clear the task list. Are you sure? Yes. And then, as you can see, there's no tasks in our list. If we were to go ahead and try to make edits to a task with no list, we have no task to edit, and we press any key to quit. So that is a very successful study session and workflow session today for the Task Tracker app. Any kind of general questions on that process that we did today, or any of the functions and methodology that we used and implemented to make and get to this point in time so far? Feel free to ask anything. I will be transparent with you guys and provide as much input as I can. I want to help you guys learn as much as I want to learn as well. And I could definitely learn by providing, recapping what I did here. So if you guys have any questions at all, let me know and I can provide that for you. I'd love to help you guys out. So I think that there is a little, when I edit a task and I edit a task property, I stay in this menu, right? I stay in this menu rather than going back. Do I want that? Because right now it selects the task we want to edit and then allows you to edit the title and then allows you to keep editing that selected task until you quit. Do we want to just go back to the main menu after you make a single adjustment to a parameter, or allow you to keep making more? I don't see why not we can keep making more, so let's just leave it. Yeah, and then we can exit the program there. And as you can see, our task is saved and everything works appropriately. If we were to run, bring this back in, view, and our task is still there. So everything works appropriately and is all good. So any questions, guys, on how that works? A lot of hard work has gone into this so far, and I think we are ready at this point in time to actually um, push this to GitHub so people can clone or make forks of their own and either continue on into add additional functionality that they would like and practice along with SideMe, or completely make it their own. Um, and then we can also maybe create like an open source project version that we can all work on together and assign tasks, or assign assignments in like the Discord and stuff. I think that might be kind of fun. But that would take a lot of communication and effort on everyone's part, obviously. But yeah, this has been really awesome, guys. Super, lot of hard work for today. All right, so hey Keegan, thanks for joining. I appreciate you coming in. I really appreciate you participating in the comments. It really makes things more fun. Awesome. So everything is working appropriately. Is there any bugs that we can think of that might occur? Well, I do want to add the option to customize the animal to make it a setting to where the user can um, change the animal to whatever animal they want that is offered by the cow say. So it doesn't have to be a cow each time. I think that might be kind of fun. Um, I think it's just kind of polishing up the overall flow of things as I keep working. So if I add a new task, clean room, I got 10 days to complete this view task. I think it might be interesting to also add in the due date as a column here to the right, so that current tasks with days to complete, so that there you can see that you have 1 day to do it, 2 days to do it. Right now there's no showing of the days to complete that's due. All right, we got some comments here. Darshan said, I might have missed it, but did you find the bug where you're looking for yesterday at the end of the stream? Yeah, Darshan, so I looked back at that stream, and I think that bug was occurring because we were um, doing that filtration. We were doing the filter and the display pretty strangely. If you remember to yesterday's stream, before we simplified and refactored this code way down to just utilizing this one function over and over again, we were initially trying to find at what point the priority changed in the list. So at what point where we were going through our list, we were iterating through each task in our list, and we were trying to find at what point did the priority for each task change. And at that index level, we were saving it and then creating a new slice of the list from then forward. We found that was difficult and not needed, because we were simply just able to create a counter for our index values rather than enumerating, and then creating a switch for if the priority was found at all or not, and then just looping or iterating through each task, finding out if the priority is equal to the priority filter that we applied from this value here. And then if it is, then we found tasks that have that priority, and we print those tasks, each one of them, with the corresponding index value +1 right here, because we start at 0 and we don't want to have 0 here. We want to have 1 here, 2 here, not 0, 1. So we have to increment by 1 on our index every time. But if we don't find a priority, if the switch remains false, meaning that we didn't find a task with our desired priority, we go ahead and just print that no priority was found. So I think, Darshan, to answer your question, that during that whole process of slicing out the list, and I think that was just creating that bug, because I have not been able to recreate it since. And I've done probably over 500, 200 to 500, restarts of this program, testing it my own way, and just manually inserting tasks and stuff and manipulating them, and I haven't been able to get that bug to happen again. So I'm pretty sure it was occurring in that code. But now that we refactored and cleaned this way down, it's working really great. All right, Chase from Space. Do you stream every night? Chase from Space. I do try to stream almost every night. Obviously, give or take some nights. I didn't stream on Halloween or November 1st. I was spending time with my girlfriend. I wanted to just relax. But throughout the week, I live alone here in the Bay Area, and I have a lot of free time. And my only hobby is to just learn code, learn math. I really like learning math, reading books, so I just want to learn new skills. And so yeah, I stream. I try to stream every night, and I really want to grow this channel to a good community of not only beginner programmers, but just programmers in general, that we can all help each other and work together, and be, have a really safe and fun environment for everybody. So if you guys are interested in that, please join the Discord and follow along to the channel so we can all make that happen. As a beginner, I would recommend checking out using the typing library. What is the typing library? Keegan, can you please explain what that is? I'd love to get some more information from you. All right. Chase from Space asks, "Are you in school? What do you do for work?" I am. I graduated from college back in the end of 2021 and at the very beginning of 2022. I found a job right out of school, just a month after I graduated, uh, as a formulation chemist for a biotech company. I have a Bachelor of Science in Human Biology with a focus in the chemistry side of it. So I, work and have a lot of knowledge of chemical proteins, organic molecules, um, organic chemistry in general, basic acid-base chemistry, things along those lines. I served as a undergraduate teaching fellow in school. So I was employed by the university and by a professor for the general chemistry course, and as their fellow, where I held study sessions for all the exams and for the recitations, and I also had some office hours I had to attend. But then in my senior year, I did the UTF, as well as I took on another job for the university as a laboratory instructor for the second semester of the general chemistry course, where I just served as the instructor for the undergraduates. Uh, they normally take graduate students to run these, but I was really, kind of steadfast, and I wanted to do this, so I reached out to the laboratory professor there who was running the program, and was able to get that job. So yeah, I have a lot of experience in the lab right now, and I want to kind of use that to incorporate some data manipulation for the stuff I do. Also, maybe programming lab instruments. Right? If you think about it, the lab uses a ton of computerized instruments to process data, display graphs, everything like that. So someone's got to program that. So I think it'd be really interesting to align my skills with that, maybe. So. Uh, Allows you to, Keegan says, typing library allows you to define more complex data types. What do you mean? So, like, more than just arrays and dictionaries and sets and stuff, you have more options? That's so cool. I'm more fascinated by core sciences. Oh, cool. Nice, Darshan. Chase from Space says, super cool. I work as a software engineer on the opposite coast. Do you like living in the Bay Area? Um, the Bay Area is a little tough, dude. It's really busy here, and it's just a lot of people. It's really difficult. There's just a lot of people. A lot of people do going to the same places, and because of that, it just gets really crowded really fast. And I'm someone that just kind of likes to have more space. I'm pretty independent. I live alone. So I I have, it's been a bit of a struggle for, being comfortable, but obviously I like being uncomfortable and, you know, trying out new things. So it's fun in that sense too. But it's also very difficult because it's very expensive. Um, and unless you're a software engineer, there's not a lot of opportunities to, you know, gain wealth. Well, there are a lot of opportunities, I will say, but you have to be willing to seek them out and have the right skills and connections. All right. Where are you from, Chase? I'm based in East Coast as well. Oh, nice. Yeah, if I was gonna go to the East Coast, I'd have to go to like Boston area, Massachusetts area, I think, for biotech and stuff outside DC. Chase, what kind of software engineer are you? Are you like, do you do front end work, back end work? What's kind of your specialty, and what do you like to do? I'd love to pick your brain on that, obviously. Giovanni, thanks for joining. Appreciate you coming in. What country do you live in? Do you work in tech? I work in biotech. I'm a formulation chemist. I have a degree in Bachelor of Science in Human Biology with a focus in chemistry. And yeah, I live in the United States. So thank you, Giovanni, for the comment. Appreciate you joining. Example would be if you were defining the types in a function. So def, main, param, list, string. Okay, cool, Keegan. I'll have to look into that for sure. Darshan says, let's go. I work in machine learning engineer for a biotech company in Boston. Oh, it's exactly Boston. See, Boston and the Bay Area are where the two big biotech hubs are. Maybe even Seattle area too, but Boston and Bay Area definitely. It just sucks though because those are literally one of the top two highest cost of living places. And I did not know that when I went into this field, and it's really crazy how much things cost in these areas. I think Boston might be even higher than the Bay Area. It's really concentrated there. You have a lot of wealth. Lets you specify the data that goes in better. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Keegan. Appreciate that information. Um, all right, so great, guys. Are you guys interested at all? I know there's been some asks to have this on GitHub for a repo for people to share and to fork and stuff so they can use and maybe even add in their own implementations. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know. If I get some desires, I will be more than willing to put it out for you guys. But are there any other, functions or like criteria that we want to add into this program that you guys can think of? Chase from Space says, I do a bunch of stuff. I do mostly full stack application development. So like front end, back end, DevOps, and development stuff. In my free time, I like work on autonomous driving related stuff. Oh, that is very cool. Chase from Space, do you have any advice for someone because you're a software engineer, for someone in my shoes or similar shoes as to, how you go about, obviously I'm learning programming here, but companies require you to learn certain packages, know certain niches. Would you say that there's a certain pathway I should follow going from here to, be more aligned with companies and what they're looking for? Because I don't have a degree in computer science, so I can't bring that to the table. I do have a degree, but I do have to provide outside knowledge and projects as my examples for employment and things like that. Chase from Space says a fair bit of hardcore math for path planning and stuff, also system engineering. Yeah, I am very interested in math as well. I want to. I'm gonna try to take a data structures and algorithms course and upload that to the channel. Maybe do a linear algebra and upload that to the channel. I've been watching the MIT math class for mathematics for computer science, the 6.042J course. That is just really, it's like the proofs and things along those lines at the start, so it's kind of difficult to stream as it's kind of a lot of thinking, so I have to explain, and I'm having a difficult time keeping the videos short. All right, anything else we want to add to this for right now? Let me go ahead and grab a quick refill on my drink, and while I'm waiting for some responses from you guys. All right. Chase from Space says, really hard to say. I majored in computer science and got a referral from my girlfriend for my first internship in college. Now that I've been out of college for a bit, it's easier to find jobs. Well, that's really nice that you had that connection there with your girlfriend. I actually know, I don't know someone, but my parents know somebody that is has a girlfriend that's in software engineering, so he's transitioning and doing a program. And so if you have that connection, I'm sure it makes things just way easier. Um, yeah. Keegan says I would personally recommend learning pandas slash numpy for math and data manipulation. Matplotlib for plotting, Fast API for creating APIs, SQL Alchemy for working with SQL like databases. Find those first jobs are really difficult though. Yes, yes, definitely. Even for like biotech right now, I know that from my current work, we get a lot of overqualified candidates, people with PhDs, master's degrees, and advanced sciences looking to do the work. And yeah, they definitely could, but you just run the risk of high turnover rate because they might not be satisfied with their education and their levels, and so it's difficult. A lot of people just can't find things that right now. It's really discouraging. Um, cool. But I do think that this is at a good point to where we can push this, and then I can create a branch from here to create a new update for uh, doing the view additional views, doing the animal preference, doing incorporating like the due date, like a column here, like more tabular data display. I could do it on a branch later on, but I could definitely publish this as is right now. Chase from Studio says, overall, I'd recommend just trying to do the coolest, that's most fun things possible. The open source community is large, and there are a lot of cool projects to contribute to. Build a portfolio contributing to the existing ideas, and maybe building something yourself. Don't lean too hard into this one though. Too often, build a portfolio contributing to existing ideas, maybe better. Okay, gotcha. Appreciate the kind words, Chase from Space. That advice is definitely helpful. Do you have any like projects that you worked on that you thought were really good at helping you learn things? And yeah. And for the beginners that are here in the chat, is there any study materials that you are wanting to see on the channel that I can do together? Are there any lectures you want me or classes that you want me to take that I can stream and show on the channel that you could would be fun to follow along with? Uh, that's the whole point of this channel is I want to create things that people want to see. All right, so we are good here. I think everything should be solid. Um, I will just need to create a license here and then upload this repo. Let's go ahead. I do want to introduce a project I've been thinking about though. So me and my girlfriend, we run an online shop right now. We have a small business where we resell curated vintage clothing that we curate and we source. Um, she has a very good eye for finding valuable clothing that we don't. Part of our business models, we don't want to have excessive markup and rip people off because we find that that is going on right now. We want to keep things affordable, and so I'm finding that I kind of need a system for managing not only the inventory, but the sales and the shipping and all that stuff. Now, I could use a third party system that's already established, like Shopify or Squarespace or anything along those lines, but I think it would be very beneficial to myself to develop something of my own. Now, it would take a lot of work, definitely, but I would be able to track, specific things that I want to track for tax purposes, data metrics purposes, everything on those lines, and I would also be learning. So if that is something that you guys are interested in, kind of like a inventory management system, uh, POS, what does the POS mean? Payment of systems or something? Purchase, I can't remember, a POS system that manages the inventory and sales records, I think would be really interesting to do next. Chase from Space says, Mohammed Amir says, I'm taking C++ in college right now. LOL. Mohammed, what college do you go to? Where are you located at? That's really cool. I'm honestly thinking about going back and getting my degree in computer science, getting a second bachelor's. There's a cool company called Comma that I contributed to. They have open source self driving modules that you can install onto most modern cars. Oh, wow. But the reality is that there are a ton of people that write code. There is certainly no one blueprint for making money or finding a job. At the end of the day, just work on stuff you find cool and reach out to other people in your field. It's great advice. Appreciate that, Chase. All right. Let's go ahead and for those that are in here, let's give a demonstration of the program we developed today. So we can view our tasks here. We have all of our tasks. Let's go to the main menu. Let's just clear all these tasks. Cool. So we are in our program here. We can add a new task. This is going to be mow the lawn. Right, and we have 10 days to complete this task. Let's add a new task. Let's say do homework. We have 5 days to complete this. Let's add a new task, and let's say stream. Python coding. We have 1 day. If we view all these tasks, this will sort automatically based on due date. Perfect. We can filter and view each of these tasks accordingly. Let's add I pressed new task here, so let's make a new task. Eat or make dinner. 1. So we can view, we can filter by priority to see the priority of each of these. We can edit, individual parameters. We can remove and clear the whole list, and we can also view the tasks. And yeah, so really simple stuff here. Mohammed says he goes to Los Angeles Pierce College, an electrical engineer major. Really awesome, Mohammed. That's really cool. So honestly, Mohammed, feel free to join the Discord. I'd love to get a bunch of educated people in there of all sorts of backgrounds where we can collaborate on maybe a big project that we can all think of together. That'd be really cool, I think. Create our own open source project. Chase from Space, would that be something that you're maybe interested in? Is collaborating on an open source project that we create together as a channel here? I think that would be super awesome. But I think I'm going to kind of wrap it up for today here. Really successful stream today. We streamed for about 2 hours and 20 minutes for a total of 272 views on my end. And honestly, really grateful to you guys that joined the stream today and participated and supported me. It really helps me to get in this chair and feel motivated to sit in front of my computer and do it as well with my own free will and drive. It really just adds that extra icing on the cake. But please join the Discord so we can communicate offline. You can see the link in the community tab on my channel, and follow along to the channel so we can catch you again and we can communicate when we stream next time. I'd love to just keep making friends and talking to you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, guys. We worked a lot on the Task Tracker app, and we got it to a point where we are ready to share it to a repo so everyone can enjoy it, and then we can further develop different updates to it from there. So that'll be in our next stream.